Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Reads Marvel Comics in Order. This is episode 127. This time I read 2001: Space Odyssey by Jack Kirby. This is a catch-up episode. I recently found a deposit of 70s comics in a box while I was sorting through my collection, and these were in there. And these are all just a few months behind where I'm at currently in reading my Marvel Comics in Order. I just finished up the February 1977 issues. So here we have, what is this? The beginning of, I think this is the beginning of, yeah, this is the beginning of 77. So this is December 76, and then January, February 1977. And I just finished doing the April 1977 issues of my collection in Old Nerd Reads Marvel Comics in Order video series. So this is a catch-up episode since I just dug these out. There's a few others that I got out too, so there'll be a few more catch-up episodes in the future as I add those in. These, I think, are the earliest. No, these aren't the earliest, but these were the closest, I think, to where I am now. Anyway, I'll shut up. Enough about that. So this is a Jack Kirby endeavor. Written, edited, drawn. Oh, here we go. Everything's going to tip over. Edited, written, and drawn by Jack Kirby. With consulting editor Archie Goodwin. Mike Royer inks it and letters it. That's kind of odd. You don't see that very often, where the letterer and the inker are the same person. You don't see that too often. Sometimes you'll see like an artist doing the lettering, but very rarely is just the inker the letterer. But it works. I mean, it's fine. Apparently, there was a Treasury edition of 2001: A Space Odyssey, which adapted the film. And now this is a series, an ongoing series, which is kind of like an anthology. It's like Twilight Zone. Every issue is like a new story, and every issue features from the 2001: A Space Odyssey. From the film, it features the monolith. It's just basically the device that promotes human evolution, human growth and evolution. Humanity reaches a certain stage, and then the monolith shows up and selects the right person at the right time to advance humanity to its next stage of evolution. And each issue basically is a new character. And this issue is similar to the movie. We start off with like Stone Age Cro-Magnon man here, and by the end of it, he becomes a starseed, just like in the movie. But it's pretty cool. He's a hunter back in the Stone Age. He is a good hunter and a good warrior. Since he is a good hunter, the other Cro-Magnons want to attack him and steal the meat that he's hunted, because he's a better hunter than them. So it's easier for them to gang up on him, kill him and take the food that he's gotten and eat for themselves. But not only is he a good hunter, he's a good fighter. He beats up all the cavemen, and he heads off to where he communes with the obelisk, the monolith. He receives instructions. Basically, he gets an idea from the monolith. This is how the monolith works. It injects an idea into someone's mind to make some sort of improvement or upgrade or uh, uh, basically advancing human development, human society, and it teaches him how to make a sharp spear. He calls it a tooth, a stone tooth, and he puts it on the end of a long stick, and he's able to use it as a spear. So that's the next step in caveman's development, hunting with a spear. And just like in the movie, once he throws the spear, we get the character in the future. Now, so this is a descendant of the caveman, basically. Now he's an astronaut on an asteroid. And on this asteroid, we find some alien ruins. There's a pit inside with this weird looking alien life form with the tentacles, grabs one of the astronauts, and then kind of a disturbing scene, pulls him down into the pit. Now, Jack Kirby at this time is also doing Captain America and the Falcon. He's writing and drawing that. And I believe he is also doing Black Panther, writing and drawing that. So he's doing a lot of covers for Marvel at this time. Plus, he's writing and drawing at least 3 comics. He did the bicentennial Captain America, giant size treasury, and he also did a 2001 adaptation, treasury sized. So he's been really busy. I have a few issues of his Captain America and the Falcon, which I've done in this video series here. If you look through my videos, you see some. His art style in that, I don't think is as good as this. See, I was never a Jack Kirby guy. I know that's weird to say from a comic book fan, but I never cared for his artwork too much. But I would say that this is probably the best artwork I have seen ever of Jack Kirby. I don't know. I know his style went through a little, some transitions through over the years. I mean, he had a 40-year career, so naturally his style is going to evolve. So must be he was visited by the monolith as well. But I don't know, something about his artwork. Like, it seems like he took more time in doing the artwork for this comic than he did for, say, Captain America and the Falcon at the same time. But issue 1 is the story of the caveman. Issue 2 is the story of a woman, Vera the she-demon. She's also like a Stone Age character, and she's being hunted by a pack of men. But she is strong, fierce, independent. She's able to fight them off. She heats up a skull on the end of a stick, and it frightens them, scares them off. But look at this 2-page spread. This is something else. This is really good. I mean, this is basic Jack Kirby layout and style, but it looks like he took his time more in this comic than in other comics. But she escapes to a place of volcanoes where the hunters are too afraid to follow. They're afraid of the volcano, and she experiences the monolith here, and the monolith gives her some ideas. And what she does is, since this is a place of death, this volcano area where she's escaped to, there's a lot of dead animals there that escape the hunters by running into the volcano. They chose going to their death in the heat of the volcano versus the spears of the hunters. So she decides, after she's had a little chat with the monolith, that she's going to adorn herself in all these animal bones and go back and terrify these hunters into making her their queen. They build her a little stone temple, and they give her food, and she lives happily ever after as the leader of the pack. But then, just like in the last issue, we jump ahead millennia to now she's out in space. Again, not the same character, but a descendant of the character. Now she's out in space. She's on Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter, on a NASA assignment This is her little laboratory that she lives in. She's attacked by UFOs, and she escapes into a cave where she finds another monolith. And this time, the monolith essentially does the same for her. It sends her through space. Space and time collapse, and she just kind of floats through space for a while, experiencing it, seeing things, until she comes to in a swimming pool. And she gets out, she towels off, and she's at a party, a party with friends. She falls asleep in one of the chaise lounges and stays asleep until she's old and dies. And then the monolith shows up when she's died and turns her into a star child. So it's kind of the same thing that happens in the film, I guess. Only with different characters. Like I said, it's kind of a Twilight Zone anthology approach, using the monolith as the central idea for the series. Here we do it again with Marak the Merciless. He is an early, like, this is really good. Splash page. His artwork is quite good here. But Marak is the like the first conqueror. He organizes a bunch of cavemen in the Stone Age into an army, and he attacks agrarian societies, farming villages, and steals their food. And he attacks this particular village, and he defeats him and his legion defeat the village. But there is one person in this village who is a metalsmith, and he has a rod of bronze, and he's able to smash Marak's battle hammer with it. And this makes Marak stop, take off his battle helmet, and confront the little old man with the bronze rod. What sorcery is this, basically? So he captures him and forces him to work for him, basically, and make him more bronze weapons. And we find out that this bronze smith is out in the woods communing with a monolith, and that's probably how he got the idea to be one of the very first workers of bronze, very first metallurgist. So the Bronze Age is basically born in this issue. Marak follows him to the monolith, and the monolith speaks to him as well, and that's a really great panel. Look at that. So Marak is spoken to by the monolith, and it shows him a vision of the galaxy and the future, and also this queen who controls a great empire in the east, and basically taunts him. And so he becomes basically a super warlord. He's the very first warlord. He organizes the people to become an army. They attack other villages, gather more men, make the army bigger. All the while, the bronze smith is making weapons. His army becomes miners to dig out the bronze ore for the weapons, and they're all taught to be metalsmiths. Make a shield. Finally, he gets a battle helmet. So everything is bronze right now. So this is the birth of warlords in the Bronze Age at the same time, basically. And here we have the invention of the wheel as well. So this is actually a two-parter. So this continues in issue 4. And I don't have issue 4. I only have issues 1, 2, and 3. I picked these up. I bought a collection a while ago, and 1 or 2 of these was in it. And then I think I came across an additional issue someplace else. So now I have these first 3, and they're in very nice shape. I would say they're very fine condition, easily. So these are in nice condition. I'm keeping these in my collection. These are very nice. They're better than I thought they would be. I thought it'd be pretty dull, but they're not. They're actually very interesting. Uh, Jack Kirby in his cosmic phase, uh, getting into the esoteric and the occult a little bit, and he must have really loved the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, because he really shines on this title. Like he takes that monolith concept and he works with it very well. I'd like to find maybe if there's a collection, like a Marvel Omnibus edition of the 2001: A Space Odyssey series. I don't think there's too many individual issues, but I'm not sure how many were made before it got canceled. But I would like to find and read the rest of them. And a collected edition would be best, I think, for me. So that's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Has anybody else read it? Does anybody else know the whole story of how this came about and how well it did and how it eventually got canceled? Please comment down below. If you know any other old nerds that like this kind of thing, Bronze Age comics, comic book collecting, old Marvel comics, please share the video with them. I'd appreciate it. I'd also appreciate you leaving me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and there's more of these old nerd reads his Marvel comics videos to come. As I read each issue, I make a video, so stick around for more, please. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.